What's good, everybody? In this video, I'm going to show you how I trade Nas100 every day and make 123K daily. Make sure to follow me on Instagram if you need any help. Let's get into this video. Right here, we have our Nas100 trading plan for 2024. And right here, we have our schematic, a better looking perfect view of how this should look like. And then we'll hop on the charts to see this happening live in action. So first and foremost, let's look at our trading plan. The first thing to identify our Nas100 trading plan is the time. The times we should be trading this trading plan is from 8 a.m. EST, which is 8 a.m. EST Eastern Standard Time, and 4 p.m. EST. That is the full New York session. Nas100 is better to be traded during the New York session. You can find setups during the morning session or during the afternoon session. The second step to identify this trading plan is our bias / our plan. So we'll wait for price to give a liquidity sweep of an old range high. Examples such as Asian highs, previous day highs, or previous day lows, and etc. So that's the number one thing that we wait for. We wait for a liquidity sweep of an old range high. And then what we look for is a market structure shift or a break of structure of intra-range lows / swing low. Or if you are in a buy format, you will look for a market structure shift of an intra-range high or low. Right, since this is just for a sell model, all you have to do is just reverse it for a buy model. It's the same exact thing. And then for our point of interest, we'll wait for a retracement into a fair value gap / a order block. And then what we'll be targeting, we'll always target for a 1-to-1R or a 1-to-3R of our account. So this is the basic bias / plan that we look for. We go from higher time frames to the lower time frame. And now for our time frames, for scalpers, we start from the 15 minutes and scale down to the 1 minute to execute our entry. And then for day traders, we'll start from the 4 hour and then are able to scale down to the 5 minutes / the 15 minutes to find our perfect day trade entry. So this is the time frames. So if you're a scalper, you can do your top down analysis starting from the 1 hour to the 15 minutes. Those are your higher time frames, and then you can execute from the 15 minutes through the 1 minute. Those are your execution time frames. And then for the day traders, you can start your higher time frames from the 4 hour and then scale down all the way to the 5 minutes to execute. And now for risk management, only risk 0.25 to 0.50% of your account capital per trade. Always take 1 to 2 setups daily. No over trades / if you see no setup, and this is a no trade day. So right here was our Nas100 trading plan. So make sure you guys write this down and go back test it. And now this is our schematic. First, we see that we are in a uptrend. Price is creating higher highs and higher lows. Prices to go to the upside. Now we see that price failed to give us a higher high from this old high right here, but give us a failure swing. This is what we call a failure swing. This high failed to take this previous old high. Then we see that price give us a market structure shift. Price was once wanting to be in a uptrend, but now price is looking to go in a downtrend. And then after this right here, price came back and give us a pullback. This pullback right here is what we call a inducement. I have videos on all these terms, so you can go on my playlist section or down the videos. You can see all these videos. So right here is our inducement, inducing our higher time frame point of interest, which is inside of our higher time frame model. But this higher time frame point of interest is way too big for us to trade in, so we need more confirmation. So we're looking for price to give us another break of structure after price leaves this old high right here. And now we go into our lower time frame model. And now for our lower time frame model, what we look for is that we'll scale down to the lower time frames when price is approaching our higher time frame point of interest, marked in red. And then we'll look for a liquidity sweep and a break of structure all inside of this higher time frame model. This is what we call a liquidity sweep and a displacement, right? And after that, what we'll just look for price to retrace, tap inside of our fair value gap on the lower time frames. So for me, I'm a scalper, so this right here would show around the 5 minutes, the 3 minutes, and the 1 minute. And where do we place our stop loss? Your stop loss always goes at the previous old high. Or we can use our order block, a form of order block. I have videos on order blocks, liquidity, and everything on this channel, so make sure you guys go through those. I won't be able to go through those right now, so just go through those videos and everything will make sense. And what we'll be targeting old lows. So right here could be a 121, and then right here could be a 123. You can take your profits at this old low right here, or you can hold and take your profits at this old low if you are a day trader. But scalpers, I always recommend to take your profits at certain old lows. And day traders, if you are holding till the end of the session, you can hold till all these old lows till we reach our main final draw on liquidity, which is our previous range lows, because we see that price took previous range highs. But this is it right here for our schematic and our trading plan. Now let's hop on the charts and see this happening live in action and show you guys how to execute. If you are interested in supporting and learning more from me, make sure you check out the first link down below for the Patreon, where I have the Mastery Hub for $30 a month, where I have the full strategy and techniques, beginner to advanced lessons, and where I have access to live recorded trading sessions on Nas100, and where you can access the private mentorship lessons plus all the trading models from beginner to advanced mastery. All of this is included in the Mastery Hub. Make sure you guys check out the first link down below and join if you are interested. Now that we are on the charts, we are observing Nas100 on the 1 hour time frames. First, we have to see a liquidity sweep of a old low or high, depends on where price is coming from. So first we see that price clears this old low, and on the lower time frames gives us a break of structure on the 1 hour right here. This is a 15-minute break of structure, but right here it looks like a liquidity sweep. Now let's scale down to the 15 minutes to see even more price action. And now on the 15 minutes time frames, as you guys can see, price came in, give us a firm body break of structure of this old high. I'm just gonna bring it back right here so you guys can see this break of structure mark. So price give us a break of structure of this old high right here, and also price left us this previous day's old low right here, right? We always want to see a liquidity sweep inside of our zone. So this is our higher time frame zone right here, our 4 hour IPA. Let's scale up to the 4 hour to see this zone. Now on the 4 hour, as you guys can see, we see this 4 hour inefficient price action right here. We can just grab it here. Basically, an IPA is just where price fills from this fair value gap. We have a fair value gap right here. So the candlestick that fills it, the inefficient price action, price left this gap right here. This is what we call a IPA. I also go over this in depth in my free course down below, so make sure you click the link in the description to take that free course. Inside of that free course, we have a trading plan in depth also, so you guys can go and download that PDF and go through it. All of it is down below in the description if you guys are interested. Now we're back on the 15-minute time frames. So we see that this is our 4 hour IPA. So what we'll be looking for is for price now to come and sweep our previous day's old low and tap inside of our 4 hour IPA, all inside of the New York kill zone from 8 a.m. to around 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then what we wait for price to come inside of our higher time frame point of interest, and then to look for lower time frame confirmations to go to our draw on liquidity, our old high. Now let's play price and see how this plays out. So now we see we are inside of our higher time frame point of interest. Price cleanly cleared our old previous day's low and swept inside of our higher time frame point of interest. Now we can scale down to the lower time frames to see any lower time frame break of structures of old highs before we start scaling in this trade. And now we are on the 1 minute time frames. And now on the 1 minute, all we're looking for is for a old high or a old low to get swept and for price to come and give us a break of structure. So as you guys can see, price cleaned these two old wick lows right here. This was just two candlestick lows, so this is probably a 30-second type of liquidity sweep right here. Price cleaned this old lows and then give us a break of structure of this old high that failed to push price lower. So we're just gonna name this break of structure here, break of structure, all inside of our higher time frame zone. As you guys can see, price came back down and mitigated this order block, and then price left all these intra-range highs. So this is our main draw on liquidity, and then price left all these intra-range highs. I'm just gonna mark this up for you guys so you guys can see it so cleanly. This is our main draw on liquidity that failed to push price lower, but was just mitigating this 4 hour IPA. And then the point of interest, what point of interest we'll be using. A lot of people, they will try to use this old zone right here, this old order block right here, right? But this old order block is too deep inside of our discount zone. If price push all the way lower, price is just gonna continue to sell because it's so deep. So as you guys can see, we see that price left us this broken old high right here. So that's number one. Price in line with that broken old high, price left this fair value gap. So we can in turn just use this whole candlestick, right? this whole candlestick, this bullish candlestick right here, we can use this right here in line with this fair value gap that's inside of it. So another confluence. So I'm just gonna mark this in green. So we have two confluences inside of this trade right here. We have our fair value gap and we have our broken order block right here that did this breaker structure. So now you say, where do we add our stop loss? Our entry is right at the in line with the old high that did the breaker structure, and our stop loss is right at the old swing low. Now we see that we were playing inside of this 1 minute order block that got broken and in line with a fair value gap that is inside of that order block. And just like I stated, where do we go? We always attack old highs, as we see. So this is an old high right here. If you are a scalper, you can snap this trade right here and get you a quick 1-to-1 that's cleanly, or you can hold your trade even longer to go for even a 1-to-6 if you want to attack this draw on liquidity. But I always advise you guys to never get greedy because you don't know how these trades will play out. So at every old high, I suggest you take some profits off the table and pay yourself. So as you guys can see, this is an old high right here. This is a 1-to-3. You can take some profits off right here and close for the day, or another old high right here, or another old high right here. Also, price is going to come back here also. So at every old high is a point for you to take your profits right here, right here, right here, or right here, because you don't know how price will react inside of this fair value gaps or these old broken order blocks. But now let's see how price played from this zone. Now, as you guys can see, price is still playing around. It respected our broken old high. It respected it clean. And then our first take profits get hit. And now we're going to extend this out. And then price came in, extended even longer, and give us our second and third take profit. Just like I told you guys, after price gives us these take profits, right, you can still hold your trades. But look though, right, if you take your full profits here, that's going to be a 1-to-3R. If you're a beginner trader, I always recommend you to take your full profits at these old highs, because you would fearful when price starts doing these slight pullbacks here. But let's see if price continues this bullish uptrend. And we see that price give us another breaker structure of our old highs right here. So this is another point where we can take our profits. Now let's see if we can pull all the way to this old draw on liquidity to end this trade. And boom, right here, to attack our draw on liquidity, our old 15-minute high that failed to push price lower but was just mitigating this higher time frame point of interest. Price came in and cleared it cleanly for a 1-to-6R. So all in line of the New York time frame. 2:04 p.m. EST. This is the morning session, and then the afternoon session happens. So this is the morning session trade, and then this is the afternoon session trades. So make sure you guys go on your charts and backtest this and see this for yourself. If you guys enjoyed this video and want more videos from me, make sure you check out the first link in the description for the Patreon, where I have in-depth lessons and also live trade recordings and plenty more for you guys. And make sure you guys check out the free course down below also if you are new to trading and just want a in-depth free course trading plan and a in-depth trading plan PDF also in a psychology ebook. All of that is in the link down below in the description. This is it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, and comment, and let me know what you think. Spektrades out.